In this video, I'll explore depression and show its evolutionary purpose and benefits. Before we get started, it's important to note there are two major kinds of depression, melancholic and atypical. Melancholic is your typical form of depression with symptoms like less sleep, less pleasure from things, and a feeling of guilt, while atypical depression has symptoms closer to stress, like overeating, oversleeping, and a feeling of apathy. Let's break down some of the key differences between melancholic depression and atypical depression. Melancholic depression is often considered the classic form of depression, characterized by symptoms such as reduced sleep, diminished pleasure in activities, and a pervasive feeling of guilt. Atypical depression, on the other hand, symptoms are akin more to stress responses, including overeating, oversleeping, and a feeling of apathy. Here is a key summary of their differences. Mood reactivity. Melancholic depression has absent mood reactivity, while atypical depression has mood reactivity. Appetite is reduced in melancholic depression, while it is increased in atypical depression. Sleeping patterns, whereas there is early morning awakening for melancholic depression, there is hypersomnia for atypical depression, which means sleeping more. Energy levels are lower in both melancholic and atypical depression. And response to stresses, melancholic depression, people are often indifferent, while people with atypical depression are highly sensitive to stress and rejection. Understanding these differences allows us to explore why and when and why each type of depression may have evolved, and how they might confer benefits to individuals or their communities in specific contexts. To model the evolutionary benefits of depression, we need to examine the key traits and how they might have served adaptive purposes in different environments. Here are some of the major aspects of depression and the possible evolutionary significance. One is mood reactivity. In melancholic depression, mood reactivity is absent, meaning positive events fail to improve the individual's mood. This results in reduced motivation to engage in pleasurable activities. While it may seem purely detrimental, it could lead to energy conservation, discouraging unnecessary or unproductive behaviors during crises. Appetite changes. Atypical depression often leads to increased appetite and weight gain, which could be advantageous in environments where the food supplies are likely to run out. Conversely, melancholic depression involves reduced appetite, which could benefit a group by decreasing the individual's consumption, leaving more resources for others. Reduced sleep pattern. Atypical depression is hypersomnia. Excessive sleep may help conserve energy. An adaptive strategy to help in famines or other resource scarce situations. Melancholic depression with its reduced sleep might allow individuals to stay awake longer, so to engage in essential survival or social activities. And for a stress response, atypical depression often involves heightened sensitivity to stress, which could be useful in environments where responsiveness to potential dangers or resource scarcity is critical. Melancholic depression, with its detachment from stresses, may allow individuals to endure prolonged hardship or shift focus away from unchangeable problems. Atypical depression appears to function as a mechanism for energy conservation and preservation of resource hoarding. In scenarios like famines or other resource scarce scenarios, conserving energy and storing fat could improve survival chances. Melancholic depression, on the other hand, seems more focused on group dynamics. By reducing personal resource consumption, eating less, and staying active longer, individuals in a melancholic state may indirectly benefit as their social group. If an individual perceives themselves as unproductive or burdensome, this form of depression may drive them to withdraw, allocate resources to others, or even, in extreme cases, sacrifice themselves through a suicidal behavior to preserve group resources. While this sounds tragic, such behaviors might have been evolutionarily advantageous in environments where group survival was critical. Conclusion: both melancholic and atypical depression can be seen to have as adaptations to specific environmental pressures. Atypical depression prepares individuals for resource scarcity by promoting energy conservation and storage, while melancholic depression may play a role in maintaining group resource efficiency and dynamics. By understanding the evolutionary underpinnings of depression, we can gain insights into its persistence in human populations and its complex role in both individual and collective survival.